Robert.
Yeah, Mr. Tangway, it's Steve Olson from the Manchester Police Department. I'm on a recorded phone line. I'm reading this call for service. Does this have anything to do with the paperwork or whatever happened over at District Court where you lost your parental rights?
Nope.
So tell me what the abuse is.
The abuse is abuse of the court process and legal process.
Okay. I think you've already been told, Robert, that anything to do with whatever happened in court has to be handled in court. Kenny Louis put out very specific information saying that unless it's something new crime that's not connected to the court case out of district court, then we're not entertaining it.
But I don't care what you're interested in. The police have a duty to report child abuse. I'm reporting child abuse. 169. If you fail to take this report, you are violating the law.
Okay. I'll give you Kenny Louis' phone number and you can take it up with him.
In the emails that I sent to him, he told me to report the crime. I have reported the crime and child abuse. It is a mandatory. The child abuse is emotional well-being through fraud and deception. My children are being kept away from me. With fraud, no fraud is 169C2. You must report this.
Okay.
You must.
I'll put you down to his email, his voicemail. You most certainly can talk to him about it. If he wants to have an officer call you back, he most certainly will. Okay.
That's not sufficient.
I'm going to be sending it down to his voicemail if you want to just stay on the line for a second. Louis.
I'm going to call 911 and report you.
You could do whatever you like, but I'm going to give you the officer who's going to make that decision. His extension.
What officer? What officer?
Kenny Louis. He's the captain here. He's the one in charge of that. If he wants somebody to report, he most certainly will.
Okay. Why don't you take this information that I gave you and give it to Kenny Louis and have Kenny Louis come to that?
I'm going to transfer you now, okay? Hang on the line.
He's not available.
Hang on to the line. Sir? The officer?
Are we on a recorded line still?
Absolutely, sir.
169C3, Section E, subjected by any person to human trafficking defined by 633:7. Human trafficking is abuse of the legal system. That is what's happening. That is the crime. It happened on Wednesday, and then it happened on Friday. And then it happened on Saturday when I received more paperwork. These are new crimes. There is fraud that is being covered up, and that is abuse of the legal process. And compelling me to, you have fraudulent paperwork, physically and mathematically impossible. The judges at the court know. The mother knows. She admitted to it in court, which is perjury because she didn't correct it. The lawyer knows. Admitted to in writing. I've submitted it all. So Captain Louis has all that information. You need to take that. The officer in charge needs to go to his email, go to him, say, please hand over the emails threads recently submitted by Robert Tangway. He has those emails. I submitted another one to him today with more evidence. You take that evidence. We go to the courthouse. All the paperwork, signed affidavits. I'm sorry, say that again.
You already submitted some emails to Kenny Louis today?
I did not report child abuse. I'm reporting child abuse. I cannot report crimes to him. He will not have me report crimes to him. He told me in email to report crimes to you, to the police. I called the police for a call of service. You are looking at a excuse me, I'm not done talking. You're interrupting me. You're interrupting me.
I don't know if you keep interrupting, but I'm going to hang the phone up. Are you done? Okay, this is what's going to happen, Robert. You're going to tell me specifically what happened Wednesday, and strictly only what happened on Wednesday. That's the concern is. If you stop to go off on another tangent, you're going to hear the word click, and that's the phone hanging up. Understand?
Listen, you don't get to take. I'm taking.
Tell me about what.
I'm taking.
The phone.
Listen, that's a threat.
Hang the phone up last time, sir. What happened?
It's in the writing. Go ahead, hang up the phone. Hang up the phone on me. Go hang up the phone. I've already put it in.
You need to stop calling me. I've already told you that Kenny Louis will handle it.
Well, then you need to send an email to him and tell him that you're telling me to do that. I don't have to do that.
Did you leave a voicemail?
Kenny Louis told me to contact you, and I also supplemented the information. Right now, I've already filed a call for service. I can give you that call for service. You need to do what you're supposed to do, which is contact the appropriate authorities. You do not have decision any which way. I put in a call for service. You are not completing the call for service. Sending me to Kenny Louie, who's not available, is not a call for service or mandatory reporting. You must report this child abuse to the authorities. You must do it. You have to do it, or the police station or officer on duty. Are you denying me my rights and my children the rights to a mandatory report of child abuse?
Would you like to speak to the officer in charge? That's the best I can do for you, sir. That's it.
On a recorded line, I would.
Okay, stay on the line.
Dispatch, also speaking recorded line.
Also,
Yes.
he didn't pick up. You have a duty to report child abuse.
I did. And
There's child abuse.
you leave a voicemail, he'll follow up with it.
What? No.
He'll follow up with it.
Okay. Well, I've already left him a message.
He'll call you back. And
No, I didn't leave a phone number.
Okay.
How do you know he'll call me back?
I don't run the man's life. I put it down to him, and
I know. So you are derelict of your duty. Your job is not to
thank you very much.
determine what he's doing.
Tangway, you enjoy your day. Robert, what can I do for you on the recorded phone line?
Okay. It's in the email.
What?
Go to the email.
I don't have an email, so tell me what happened.
All right. Well, what happened on Wednesday is that the mother admitted to not having a sliding glass door, which would make the things factual. She's also admitted to reading all of the pleadings to the best of her knowledge, and the lawyer knows for a fact that there is a lie. And she also admitted to witness tampering by. Yeah, all these things. She didn't say specifically witness tampering, but it's all at court. The child abuse is in court.
Okay.
Yes.
You know what, Robert? I asked a simple question that happened on Wednesday, and you still wouldn't answer the question. Yes, no.
Listen to me.
I don't know. Tell me.
Okay. So it's very. The reason why I wrote this all is because I may make misstatements right now because you're being defiant. I put this stuff into the email. I don't know exactly what happened.
Who'd you send the email to?
I sent it to Captain Louie on.
So Captain Louie has your email.
Wednesday, right? I've been instructed, and there's a note that if I need to report any new crimes, that I should do it. I'm reporting a crime, which is basically everything that I've said. There's stuff that are inside at the courthouse, which I've been trying to get you to go to. It's all there. Signed affidavits. She said, her lawyer said that I didn't object. This is a specific thing. So the lawyer said that I did not object to kneeling and praying. But I have a piece of paperwork, which the judge saw, because the judge is lying, that on... Let me do it.
So were you in court on Wednesday?
Yes, I was in court on Wednesday.
What court were you in?
The Manchester court.
Okay, and what happened to the case?
The judge gave an order on Friday. I received it on Saturday.
What does it say?
It says that the domestic violence protection order has been extended, and it says a bunch of hogwash and a bunch of lies.
So this is a domestic violence petition hearing you went to, sir?
Yeah, extension.
And you presented your stuff, and the judge said, I don't believe you, and I'm going to still keep the restraining order in effect?
No. She said what she said.
Okay.
It's at the court. She said what she said, and that's what she said, and she said what she wrote in writing. It's all at the court.
Favor, right?
But yes, but the judge broke the law. So that doesn't.
I don't know
that listen to me. It's on fraud. And so I presented to the judge that there's fraud in writing, affidavit. I put all these things in affidavit, and they were uncontested. And by the way, she admitted some of them being wrong on the protection order. You have a fraudulent protection order, which has physically and mathematically impossible findings of fact, which make it fraud. They're false reports. So please, it's abuse of the legal process. The court. The lawyer, Attorney Ames, has a duty under oath under the pain of penalty of perjury, RSA 311:6. She has a duty to fix anything she has in writing. I have submitted it to the court. I've submitted it to you. To you. The court cannot start in criminal investigations. The Manchester Police do. And it says right here that you must report this, and it seems like you must investigate it. I don't know everything in the world, and neither do you, but I do know what happened, and that's why I wrote what I wrote, and if you look at what I wrote, it's there, and then I've done signed affidavits. So you guys need to
in summary version, Robert, you already sent this information to Captain Louis to investigate, and he's still...
Nope, he doesn't investigate. He told me to contact you in writing. He told me to contact the police and file a police report.
So, reference to this incident, he told you to call?
No.
Okay, so this...
No, he told me any new reports of crimes must be called through.
You did.
That's what he told me.
Okay, well, all I know is, sir,
so,
you've already sent it to Captain Louis. He's a very good man. He'll do an investigation to what he thinks is good, and it's his decision to make whether he's going to do anything with it.
He hasn't even responded and acknowledged it, so that's insufficient.
Sir, let him have some time to figure it out. He can review your documents, and he'll take care of it.
He has to respond to it. He won't respond to it.
You can deal with
Okay. No. Are you ready? No, I can't. You're required to mandatory report. And so here's what I sent. We'll go over it right now. How about that? That's what we're going to do.
I'm not going over anything, sir.
Well, that's what we have to do. So you're refusing to report.
Robert, I'm not going to discuss this any further. You already sent the stuff. You're already in a recorded.
Okay, so when is a police officer taking a report?
So I'm gonna put you on hold, and when you decide that you want to listen to me for once and not cut me off. Robert, what do you want?
I want to read the letter so that you have the facts.
Okay, hold on a second, Robert. I'm gonna explain to you one more time. Kenneth Louis is a certified law enforcement officer. You have sent all of this information to Captain Louis. It's up to him what he wants to do with this investigation. It's not up to me. So no,
that's not true.
Sir?
I will read to you what he told me. He instructed me specifically.
Sir, you've already sent him this information, right?
No, I haven't. Listen to me. I have not sent him this information. I am reporting a crime, a child abuse crime.
I'm not going to keep talking unless you want to listen to me. We'll have a conversation. Robert, we're not going to have to sit and talk because I'm done with that. And next time you start, you're going to hear the click again. You understand that?
But you can do whatever you want. Doesn't make it legal.
Well, you're going to get arrested if you keep calling us. I can tell you right now. How's that one?
Well, for what crime?
It'll probably end up being harassment. We're done listening to you, sir. I've given you an opportunity. You, quote-unquote, said that you sent to Kenny Louis all the stuff that happened on Wednesday. You've already sent it to him. So
no, I didn't.
You didn't. You said you did, though.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
This is what I did.
Okay, go ahead. So who'd you send that email to?
I don't know if I said it, so just listen to what I'm saying.
You sent an email to Captain Louis.
Of course I sent an email to Captain Louis.
Reference to Wednesday, right?
Let's find out.
Well, you're going to have to find out real quick.
I don't have to do anything. I don't like your tone. You're not a police officer, are you? Are you a police officer?
You're right. You're factually correct. I am not.
Okay. So, therefore, you have no determination and no ability to make any assertion of what you can't charge me, and then you're threatening me, so I guess you can't.
Go ahead.
Yeah, whatever. So I'm pulling this up, and if you take the time I'm trying to find his response to,
your email you sent
what?
Wednesday. So you said you sent an email to him on Wednesday or Thursday. So I don't know which day you sent it to him, but if you laid out the facts that you told me you did in an email to Kenneth Louis, and you said he hasn't responded yet, I don't know what I can do about that. That's not my job to watch him. He's a captain that works here. If he doesn't want to respond or take his week to respond, that's entirely up to him.
He told me, and there's a note that's been referenced, any new crime shall go through the police. You are ordered to go and take a report of crimes, and this is a mandatory report of a crime.
With that information in it.
I'm trying to find it. Just so you know that I have to deal with a lot of different organizations, including the Concord Police.
Sure. I would imagine
Sure.
you do.
Right. Because of the Manchester Police's inaction.
That's okay.
No, it's not okay. But I'm glad that you affirm that it's okay for it to violate rights and abuse children.
It's okay what you're doing. Going to Concord PD and whoever else you want to go to report whatever you want. You've called just about everybody in the land in the state of New Hampshire reference to this incident, and it hasn't gotten you anywhere yet, to include the Attorney General's office, if I'm not mistaken. Is that
right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like the Sununu Rape Center, just like the Sununu Youth Center, where kids were raped and beat for decades.
I don't think I ever did that one.
Oh yeah, actually the Manchester Police. It's in Manchester.
My name's not Manchester, and it's not police. My name is Steve, and you know that.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, that's. All right. Hold on. It's very hard, and I can understand, to talk and do something. I can only do one thing at a time. So, Louis. Kenneth Louis. Let's go back into this email. I think it's on this thread, so I'm trying to find it on this thread. He said he forwarded me from the legal counsel that they told me to report new crimes.
I think that's the part you're hitting the nail on the head, because that's one thing we're all going to agree on. Report of new crimes. If you're alleging this is a new crime, you sent an email to Officer Captain Louis, and he can handle it like a grown man.
No. He's saying not handle it.
That's what you said.
He's telling me that.
You said you reported it to Kenny Louis, right? And he said, that he would look at it, right?
Nope.
So did he respond to your email?
Nope.
Okay.
No, he responded to one of my emails, but not this new information.
All right, but you did send it to him, but the new information.
Right, and that's what I'm telling you.
So
I'm telling you, you guys, no, you're misunderstanding. Why don't you read the note to me while I'm looking for this? You can read the note to me that's on my file that says that I can only report new crimes. Please read that to me on this recorded line.
Take your word for it, but go ahead.
No, please read me that.
No, I'm not.
There's a 91A request out to me. Okay, yeah, for that.
Okay.
From me for that.
Okay.
So why don't you read that to me, so we can understand exactly the way that this is supposed to be ordered from Kenneth Louis, by the way.
Let me ask you this quick question, Robert. So you're told that a policeman has to take the report, right? But upon that, with that, you reported to Captain Louis all this whole incident, did you not?
Can you please read
You didn't know how to answer that question. That was a yes or no question.
I don't want to have to answer that question. I asked you a question. And you didn't.
I got another phone line coming in. Robert.
Yes.
This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull all the audios of our conversations. I'll forward it to legal, and they can make a determination how they want to handle it.
That's inappropriate.
Okay. Well,
so I have the email, Kenneth Louis. I reported.
Sir. Okay, Robert. I'm going to explain to you one more time, and this is not going to change. You can talk to your blue in the face, but I'm going to explain to you one more time. I'm going to send this down to legal, which is run by 2 police officers. They're going to have the audios. If they want to review them, if they feel there's something they want to follow up with, they will. If they don't, that again is not up to me. Okay?
Okay.
That's what
No, because I have the information that you requested, and I have it pulled up in front of me.
You give it to them when they call you.
Well, then you just told me that they're going to review the audio, and if they don't feel like there's any need to, then that they're going to come. They're going to come.
You had a restraining order hearing on Wednesday. You lost. You're not happy, and you want to charge them with abuse because you can't see your children because the judge ruled against you in the restraining order. That's pretty much a summary of what you're saying, sir. I don't know what.
No, that's not. That's not. That is absolutely not.
What's the abuse?
The abuse is 633:7, human trafficking and also official person. How do you know? What does 633:7 say?
Tell me the rest of it.
Okay. So under human trafficking, it's compelling a individual to labor, and
and through abuse of the legal process. The abuse of the legal process is 173B, extensions, and also 173B, the hearing wasn't done properly, but also they have ordered me to violate the protection order. So you guys have a protection order in front of you that has physically and mathematically impossible findings of fact. Above and beyond that, which that's the fraud, so those are all these other crimes that you guys refuse to investigate. Then above and beyond that, they are required, and I've confirmed, to any updates to the final protection orders, they have to send, the court must send it to them. And if a party wishes to be relieved of such orders, and this is just defendant to be relieved.
What's the abuse to your children specifically, sir? Because that's
what abuse to my children is the mental well-being and being relieved from them, and so on. So you're not, and it includes 633:7 human trafficking and official oppression. So abuse of the legal system is causing them damage emotionally, child abuse. They want to see me. They grew up with me, and because the mother has lied and the lawyer who's trained to know the law and has been shown the law over and over again, you have orders that say I can't see my children, but then there's conflicting family court orders that say I can see my children, and then have also ordered me to violate the protection order, which is the abuse of legal process. I've told the courts in writing, by signed affidavit, stating the law, showing them, and the judge cannot change any rules that violate law. It says it in court rules 1.2. So all this stuff has been written out. It is child abuse. You guys have to report it. I don't have to report it, except to you.
Robert, I appreciate that information. I will send that down to the two police officers.
We're not done yet. You don't understand.
What's that?
So you don't understand. So you guys have two orders, one from December 2022 on the 14th, that has the physically and mathematically impossible findings of fact, which are fraud. It says that I can't see my children. It says I cannot have any contact with my children. Then she filed against 173B a request to have me ordered to use Our Family Wizard, which would be in direct violation of the fictitious domestic violence petition and orders, which you guys have. If they wanted me to alleviate, 173B says that the proper procedure is to modify the protection order. You do not have any modified protection orders, not even the one where they granted the extension. So this has been going on for over a year, and they must modify it. And if they were to modify it, the only domestic violence that happened, or they say alleged happened, is that I texted too much. But they also admit to there being about the children, which is not harassment, just because you threatened to arrest me for harassment earlier. It is not harassment. Harassment requires no dutiful purpose, no lawful purpose. I have a lawful purpose calling you to report child abuse, and also it requires the purposeful intent to harass you and hurt you. I don't want to. I don't even want to have to talk to you. Okay. So with that being said, you have a duty. You can see the orders from Captain Louis that says that I can report a new crime. A new crime, anytime a piece of paper gets filed, a new crime is committed. Plus there's new evidence on other existing reports because you have failed to do any investigation. And because of that, there's child abuse. And not by me, by the attorney, Heidi Ames, by the court, that committed the fraud in your jurisdiction, by the way, in Manchester. And you have a duty to arrest. You're the counterbalance. You're the executive branch of the government to counterbalance the judiciary, which is committing fraud, which includes Heidi Ames, who is an officer of the law. She has a duty to correct it. The court cannot arrest her. The police can arrest her. The police can go to the court and get an arrest warrant. And you have a duty under 169 to report child abuse. And I will reiterate exactly what the child abuse is, which I just said, but I will reiterate the statute. All right, what did I say? 169C. 169C, Section 1E, subjected by any person to human trafficking as defined in RSA 633:7, or subject an act prohibited to 632A. I don't know what 632A is, but what I'm saying is that's not even that. Protect the safety of the child, prevent the abuse and neglect of children, determine if the basically emotional abuse by keeping me away through violation of law and legal abuse. They've abused me legally, lying in court, and that needs to be done. It's something that needs to be reported to the appropriate authorities, which is not just the Manchester Police. It is to be reported to, I believe, do you know where it's supposed to be reported? Yeah, I think it's supposed to be reported. Yeah, or DHHS, I'm sorry, DHHS. So that's what I'm asking you to see. The last thing I want to do is bother you guys. I don't want to. I don't want to do any of this. I've written well about you before all these things. I have schools contacting me to Timberlane, assistant principal, contacting me to have tutor one of their students for marketing. The United Nations contacted me. I'm the good guy. This all started when you guys didn't take report of 633:4, interference with custody. And you're going to want to say that you can't do that, but I'm saying that you're wrong. But regardless, right now, my children and I are being abused, and that is a form of domestic violence, and you guys aren't reporting it. Okay. So I want you to report it to DCYF or wherever, DHHS. And so how is that going to happen now that you've heard me out? Thank you, sir. I'm going to take this audio recording, and I'm going to send it downstairs to Captain Louis along with the other ones we had before that, and I'll leave it up to them. Okay. So what I was told, I was given a call number, and then that is a call for service. So then, okay, I understand. You're going to have them decide what to do. But you have to respond. I already told you. Right. My response in this case is I'm going to give it to her. When are they going to get back to me? Sorry, I don't know that. I'll send them the tapes, and they can listen to them and do whatever they want. Okay. Can I have them give me a call back to confirm receipt of the tape and report? Email with all and say that you're expecting a call back. Thank you, sir. Okay. Have a good rest of the day, and be safe. Thank you.